File it under not happening today. A Tits Rump Inc. Co. Ltd. And associate letters to the editor editorial, where you can learn all sorts of things if you might just sit down and shut the hell up, take your little headphones off and hear some truth. My old man is 137 years old this weekend, or he would be had he not died of natural causes some time ago. I avoided a similar fate by abstaining from all but the most infrequent of indulgences in a cigar, not that my father was a drinker or intemperate in any other manner. So this fellow begins pounding on my windows and screaming, causing the aged wooden scaffolding beneath his feet to thrash repeatedly against my windows. The care he had long since abandoned for the platform which ensured his survival made evident his intention, and total investment therein. I keep firearms in my home for this reason, but my mother always said it is dishonorable to shoot a man before he has aired his grievance. In this case he just wanted repatriations. I told this Jarek I ain't the United Nations and I ain't with the immigration lottery. Granted, most of this exchange was had through frozen glass, and I admit though I had no intent to discharge the weapon, I did point it directly at the man through the frosty thin panes of glass which remained between us. I wasn't about to shoot out my own window, especially if Mr. Genius was in the process of destroying the last decent scaffold that comes up to this part of the building. I know the fella who manages maintenance ain't exactly clamoring to come wash my damn windows. Convenient he leaves the scaffolding here for the snowflake, the dumb fuck. But that's another fight for another day. Eventually the man who was attacking my home, sure as shit, the scaffold gave out and he fell no less than 20 stories to his death. Probably triggered that kid in the Starbucks half to death, the one with the skunk stripe in his hair, except the stripe is likened to the colors of cotton candy. I do believe they closed up for a few hours under the premise that the glass needed cleaned up. Nobody asked if I was fine. Nobody came up and threw a blanket over me and gave me a hot cocoa and told me it was gonna be okay. The insurance claims adjuster used the very same method in approaching my home later that same day, and as expected he died in the same fashion as the first. Thinking back on it, I think that's why the kid with the hair job quit working at the Starbucks down there, but I didn't know him well enough to ask, and I sure as shit don't call up these fucking kids once they already quit working in my building. I'm dreading when that Polish fella who manages the window cleaners gets here, as I fear a third round of violent attack, even though this happened many years ago. MRIP Tuts, Tits Rump Publishing Inc. Co. Ltd.